What is up everyone, I hope you guys are good and amazing and doing some good work and being creative as always. So today we are talking about lenses. What lenses do I own, what lenses do I work with, and like why do I work with those lenses other than anything else. So let's talk about that. So starting off with the basics of lenses, there are two types of lenses that I use. One is a basic zoom lens with a constant aperture, and there are two prime lenses. Yes, there are two. You might have just heard of one prime lens from me in the earlier videos, but now I have two. And starting off with the new lens that I just got today only, the Sigma 35mm 1.4 DGHSM lens for Canon. And damn, it's heavy. So this is the full frame Sigma lens art series, and I was really eager to buy this one and I have just bought it now. So please congratulate me down in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Talking about this lens, this is an amazing lens. I have seen some videos on YouTube about this lens and just love them. Just love the quality of this lens, just love the output of this lens. This lens is just amazing. I just absolutely love this lens. And the thing that comes along with this lens is this lens hood that I can just mount it like this. So talking about why I got this lens other than any other lens, first of all, I really wanted to get a 1.4 aperture lens. So let's just talk about aperture for once. I will tell you, I will demonstrate now what aperture is. Like, there are some blades inside your lens that controls the amount of light that goes into the sensor, like to while you're clicking a picture or while you're making a video. So those blades control the amount of light that goes inside to your sensor. So that blades controls the amount of light as well as the bokeh that you get, the blurry background you get at the back of the subject, or like, you know, what the bokeh is. So aperture controls both of those things. So I really wanted to get one f1.4 aperture lens, and this is it. So earlier I thought I would get a Sigma 30mm 1.4, which was a little less costlier than this, but that lens was a crop sensor lens and I may be soon upgrading to a full frame camera. That's why I just invested in a full frame lens, not a crop sensor one, because I don't want any vignetting in my photos and videos. So just go with this one. Also, the plus point of this lens, it's 35mm. I have a Yongnuo 50mm, and 50mm on a crop sensor camera is equivalent to around 83mm, which is way too narrow. This is 35mm, which acts as a 50mm lens, so I went for this one. I'll just show you the shots in the future videos. When I take some videos and photos, I'll just show you all the shots to you. And if you want a real world review of this lens, of me using this lens while shooting, and just mention down in the comments, I'll just check that out and make a video about it as well. It's one prime lens is like a must have in every photographer's bag. When you want to click portraits, when you want to make good blurry background videos, you're making b-rolls and you want that blurry background, you just need a prime lens. And these prime lenses are the difference between a basic zoom lens and the prime lens is that zoom lenses, obviously because of the zooming element, they can't focus more on the clarity and the bokeh. So the prime lenses focuses more on the clarity, the sharpness of the image or the video that you're shooting, and also the bokeh that comes. So choose it wisely before buying. So the second lens that we are going to talk about today is this Yongnuo 50mm 1.8, which is also known as the Nifty 50 in the photographer's world. So this Nifty 50 is a must have for everyone as well, because first, it is very cheap. The Canon version comes for around 8,000 bucks, 8,000 rupees, and this one I got for 4,000 rupees. And at the time I started doing photography, that was 2 years back, I got this lens. And if I think now, like, I would have invested more in Canon lens, because the Canon one is a little bit sharper than this, but you are paying 50% less price for this, so you can choose accordingly. The bokeh on this lens is very good, and I feel, according to me, I've used the Canon lens as well, Canon 50mm 1.8. So I feel that this lens is a bit better in low light autofocus. So it is obviously noisy, The autofocus is really noisy, if you can hear, but it does the job. The bokeh is good, it's clean. The image when shot wide open at 1.8 isn't that sharp, and you might see some chromatic aberrations, but you can work with it. I know that's you can work with it. And this lens is a must buy for everyone because of the price range. That this lens is so cheap that you can just buy it and keep it in your camera bag every time, just so that you can click good portraits. And it's way too light. I know this lens is around 500 grams or something, so this must not be more than 180 or 200 grams. It's that lighter, so won't take any much extra space in your camera bag. Must buy. So these lenses, when talking on a full frame cameras, as these both are full frame lenses, the 35mm Sigma 1.4 and the Yongnuo 50mm 1.8, but when they are used on a crop sensor camera, they are equivalent to 52mm and 86, 83 or 84mm, and that's like this much. So you can see how much it crops in to shoot on these lenses. So to adjust with those scenarios, I got the third lens, that is the Sigma 17 to 50 f2.8 constant aperture lens, and you have seen me shooting with this lens in almost all of my videos and photos now. So I just can't express how much I love this lens, because this lens is caught in right now, and I've used this lens for over a year now. Sigma 17 to 50 f 2.8 lens, constant aperture 2.8. The benefit of constant aperture obviously comes in the video purpose. While you're shooting a video, when you're shooting at 17mm, you can shoot at 2.8, and you can also zoom into 50mm and you can still shoot at aperture of 2.8. Gives you a better background, still keeps the lighting same because the aperture isn't changing. The For example, the kit lens that you get in your camera, the usually if you're using a Canon camera, you get 18 to 55 f 3.5 or 4 to 5.6 lens. That lens, when you zoom in all the way to 55mm, gets the aperture closes down to 5.6, and 5.6 is like gets you really low light. So I always prefer a constant aperture lens for using video or prime lenses. So the sharpness on this lens is absolutely amazing. You have seen some of my works. I'll just pop it right now. I've used this for my B-rolls, for my videos, for everything. This is my all the time go-to lens while I'm shooting wedding, while I'm shooting portraits, while I'm shooting fashion, while I'm making B-rolls, while everything I have shot with this lens right here. But only bad thing about this lens is that it's a crop sensor lens, not a full frame lens, so that's a little bit on the downside, but still it's okay. I still like this lens. So again, the plus point about this lens, you can shoot wide open at 17mm and then you can close into 50mm. A great savior and a great replacement for a lens, the Canon 16 to 35 f2.8 lens. It's a great replacement for that lens, just that it's not a full frame lens, but it serves its purpose on the crop sensor cameras perfectly without any issue. And if I tell you an example of how the kit lens 1855 works, if you zoom in, because I'm shooting on a kit lens right now, because I only have 3 lenses and I borrowed that lens from my friend just to shoot this video, so thank you. Now we are at 18mm aperture wide open at 3.5, and now I'm zooming in and see the brightness of the video has decreased a lot because the aperture has went from 3.5 to 5.6. So you get the idea what aperture does to your videos. I'll definitely show you the sharpness of these lenses in this video right now. So before we end this video, I want to talk about the accessories of lens that I use. So coming on to the 50mm, it has a filter size of 52mm. So I have this retractable lens hood. So this retractable lens hood has 3 stops. You can make it this wide open. you can close one stop, and you can close all the way down. And I always have this UV filter on my lens just to protect the glass of my lens so that it doesn't get scratched and all, because of all the dust that I am shooting in. I'm just really scared about the glass of my lens that it doesn't get scratched, so I have a UV filter on all of my lenses. Coming on to the Sigma 17 to 50, as always I have a UV filter, a 77 mm UV filter. Then I have the lens hood. While I'm shooting in the sun, I can screw it on the front of my lens and just avoid some glares. But other than that, I have this 77 mm circular polarizer from Amazon Basics, and I use this polarizer, and I've got this polarizer about a week ago, and I've used it and it's amazing. There's no banding as such. The colors come out are really sharp, the reflections are gone perfectly. I'll just show you an example for now. And also I have a ND filter from Amazon Basics only, and this is ND4. And I got ND4 because I wanted to buy a variable ND filter, but it wasn't of my use as of now because I sometimes shoot without ND filter also. So I thought just get a ND4 one, and I can use it in the emergency situations if I want some. So ND4 is good for me. That's why I got this filter. And talking about the accessories of the Sigma 35mm 1.4, which is brand new to me, I have nothing. Just a UV filter attached to it right now, again from Amazon Basics, nothing else but step rings. And I watched Potato Jet's video about these step rings, and I looked them from Amazon, and they costed around 550 rupees. And these are amazing because the filter thread size on this lens Sigma 35mm is 67 mm, and the filter thread size on 1750 is 77 mm. So I already have 77 mm filters. All I need to do is get these step rings, take out the 77 ones. So yes, 77 mm to 67 mm. I need two step rings. Now I'll just screw this back to my 35 mm lens, easily screwed, and then I can easily attach my ND filter or my circular polarizer to this lens as well. So yes, these step rings do really come in handy. If I want, I can just add one to this Yongnuo 50mm as well, because it has a filter thread size back to 49 mm, and this lens is 52. So great purchase. Thank you, Potato Jet. I would really like if you like my video and subscribe to my channel. So that's it guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a video, and comment down below if you like this video or not, and if you want some other videos as well, I'll just make them for you. Please follow me on Instagram as well. My Instagram handle is right over here, and the link will also be in the description for all these lenses as well, and all the filters that I use as well. Thank you so much. And also the next video I'm shooting is I Edit Your Photos episode 3. So check out my story on Instagram regarding that, so that you know where you can submit your photos for me to edit them. And that's it for now. Thank you so much. I'll take a leave from you guys. Bye.